What's going on, Olight fans? Sean here from OlightStore.com, and we were jumping straight into a tabletop overview of the brand new Olight Javelot. Now, this is in the Javelot series, meaning that it is a long distance flashlight, so it's going to have a very tight hotspot, high candela, so it's going to have a very strong intensity when you're shining the light out at further distances. We're also going to compare it to a couple other smaller thrower type lights that we have, such as the Javelot Mini and the Warrior X4. So let's start off with the specifications of this light. It's 6.95 ounces, and that's when it's including the 5000 milliamp 21700 battery. If you took the battery out of the light, it would be much less weight, but just know while you use it, of course you need the battery inside of it. It's 6.95 ounces. It has a length of 5.43 inches. So I wear a size large glove, and if I take the light in my fist, basically just the head is going to be showing. Now, it also has a head diameter of 1.57 inches, which is not bad at all, considering that it is pretty much a requirement to have a larger flared out head to get some good high intensity and some good candela out of a flashlight. Now, speaking of candela, this light has 134,000, which is a very, very large number. So again, you're going to have very, very high intensity at very long distances. And speaking of distance, it has a 730 meter distance. Now, I know some people like feet here in the US, so that's 2,395 feet. If you take a 100-yard field, so basically a football field minus the end zones, you would actually have to take 8 of those fields and put them in a row, and that's how far this light can shine. So 8 100-yard fields in a row is how powerful this little light is, which is pretty remarkable. Now, the last thing I want to talk about with performance and the most impressive metric that we found with the new Javelot here after some third-party testing is how long the light will stay on high mode before it ends up dropping down. Now, keep in mind, this has a 5000 milliamp 21700 battery, so it's basically the best battery that you can put in a light of this size. Now, the high mode, which still has a remarkable candela, huge distance, will last for 3 hours straight before it starts dropping down whatsoever in output. So you've got incredible beam distance that you can just turn on and just leave it there for 3 hours straight before the output starts dropping down due to heat. Now, keep in mind the output levels and how long it stays on those levels is thermally regulated with the PCB board of this light. So that means if you're using the high mode in a very cold environment, say that it's the middle of winter in the Northeast, well, it will actually last for even longer than 3 hours because we didn't put a fan next to the light. We didn't mess around with the temperature of the light while we did this test. So it's pretty incredible that you're going to get at least 3 hours straight of a long distance thrower before it drops down whatsoever. And it's not even big, guys. It's less than 5.5 inches long. So really just amazed with the performance and how it's thermally regulated with this light specifically. We've done some amazing work there in that department. Now, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the physical attributes of the light itself. The first thing you're going to notice staring at it is the large side switch. Now, the Warrior X4 and the Javelot Mini don't even have a side switch. So in terms of versatility as a thrower, this is one of the best ones that we offer because not only does it have a low and high mode, but it has a full UI spectrum just like the Baton series or any other popular Olight that is meant for daily carry and daily use. So we've got a large metal side switch, so it's not going to wear out over time. It is recessed, so you're not accidentally going to press it. And the side switch does have a battery indicator in the center there. It'll be green, yellow, or red depending on your battery level. Just know if it's red, you got to throw this on the charge. Now, speaking of charging, this does have our newest tail switch design, which is very similar to the Warrior Mini 3. So it's going to be a stainless steel flat switch, which you can use with our magnetic charging cable, which the light comes with. And it does have some really nice feedback, because with the Olight tail switches, you can press it halfway or you can press it all the way, and that will change the setting that you go to. It also has a tactical mode where you can use the tail switch on high or on strobe as well. Now, I'm really excited that we have the dual switch design on this light, because I'm about to show you some other throwers that don't have that. Now here we have a few compact thrower style Olights that are a really good comparison to the brand new Javelot, which is right here on the left. Now we've got the Warrior X4, which is just a super tactical overbuilt light with really nice candela. We also have the Javelot TAC, which is actually built for rifles. You can see the attachment right there. And then we have the handheld version of the Javelot TAC, which is the Javelot Mini here on the right, which happens to be in green, but it also comes in black as well. So the biggest difference is the fact that these lights don't have a side switch. Without that side switch, it significantly limits the abilities of these lights, because they actually only have two different modes. So if we take a look at the Javelot Mini, for instance, if I press it down halfway, we're going to go to a lower mode, and then I can press it down all the way to go to the highest level of the light. Now keep in mind, the Javelot Mini also only has a 600 meter beam distance, just like the Javelot TAC. Both of these are 600 meters versus the 730 of the Javelot. Now in terms of the head diameter between these two, it is very similar. The biggest change is going to be the length. So we're looking at right at around 4.5 inches for the Javelot Mini, whereas the Javelot here is about 5.4. So we're looking at almost an inch less in length with the Javelot Mini. So it just depends on if you're willing to give up having all of those modes that the Javelot has, and if you're willing to give up a little bit of distance there as well with the 600 meters compared to the 730 on here. But I showed you previously how this has two modes, right? But if I go over to the Javelot, I can press it on and I can go through a low, medium, high. I can go to a turbo, and if I hold it down from off, it'll even go to a moonlight mode, and then I can do a triple tap to go straight to strobe. So we finally have a compact thrower that has a very similar UI to our EDC flashlights, again allowing you to just do so much more with this light compared to a light that only has the low and the high. Now let's jump over to the Warrior X4, and this is just a completely different animal. It is extremely overbuilt. It's much heavier. It's much more heavy duty feeling compared to the Javelot. Now if you are a first responder, a police officer, anything like that, you're probably going to want to go with this light because you don't care about having a bunch of different modes and you just want the strongest flashlight possible. So the biggest difference is that you're getting an additional charging method with the Warrior X4. You're also getting a much beefier, heavy-duty light. But the downside is, of course, you are not getting all of those additional modes and the side switch. But I think for most just general flashlight users, you're going to enjoy that side switch. You're going to enjoy all of the different settings that this light has that the other examples here on the table simply just don't have. Now if we take a look at the performance of these lights, the Javelot is going to have a little bit tighter hotspot, higher intensity compared to the Javelot Mini and the Javelot TAC. Now it also has a little bit more of a neutral tone, but the Javelot Mini and the TAC also have a little bit more of a neutral tone. Now the Warrior X4 is going to have the largest hotspot, so it's going to be a little bit wider of a beam if you prefer that, and it is going to be 100% a cool white beam. So it just depends on if you want, again, a little bit larger hotspot, maybe a little bit less intensity with the Warrior X4, but you're also getting that cool white compared to a little bit more neutral tone, definitely with the Javelot, and then with the Javelot Mini and the TAC as well. So my question to you in this roundup, please go to the comment section of this video and tell me which light is the most useful for you. Maybe you do like that side switch with the extra modes. Maybe you just don't need that at all. Maybe you're a first responder and you prefer to just have an overbuilt on-off high candela monster, or maybe you want something that is very, very small for its performance with a 600-meter beam distance, which is incredible out of a light that is so remarkably small. Heck, maybe you want to put the Javelot tack on your rifles so that you can have high candela for your longer shooting. Let me know in the comment section down below on which one meets your needs the most and which feature set you like the most. Also, if you have any questions about these products, let me know as well down in the comment section below so I can answer those for you. But hopefully this clarified a few things on these lights. I really just wanted to give you an overview on how they are different, show you a little bit of the performance that I took the footage of outside, and hopefully it'll help you come up with a decision on which one that you want. You can purchase all of these at olightstore.com. The link for that is in the description below, and I also posted a full-length performance video between all of these lights, and I will link that down below as well. Thank you guys so much for checking out this overview of the new Javelot and some other small thrower lights that we have, and we will see you guys soon.